Welcome back to the Third Wheel Podcast. I'm Caleb.
I'm Shabaroo.
We are getting ready, shooting a bunch of these ahead of time for the holidays because most likely none of us will be available on Christmas. So, in fact, Christmas is on
Wednesday.
Yeah, so it's like on a weird day. Oh, is that typical or is it usually on a weekend?
No, it's usually like towards the end of the week.
Yeah, so everyone at work's pissed off and disappointed. They're like, oh, I got to come back. I got to come into work early and then I got to come back in at the end of the week. Like, I'm not going to get anything done. I was like, exactly. You know?
Like, was it Monday last year? I forget what it was, but yeah, some weird day. This month is just going to be like Christmas on a Wednesday, random smack middle. Yeah, you're right. Because like you can't just like take off. You have to go back to work like towards the end of the week. It's really weird.
It's garbage. Now me, I'm taking off, so I'm good. But everyone else understands. Like I got to come to work, you know. So everyone's gonna call in that day. Like it's gonna happen. There's be no production, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, the leaders aren't going to be there, so it's like,
Are you getting in the Christmas spirit?
Not really.
Okay. All right. So my wife actually convinced me to go driving. Well, she didn't convince me. She said, "You're in charge of date night," which means get up off your butt and do some planning for date night.
Sure.
For some reason, it all fell on me to, keep the spark alive, right?
Yeah.
So for date night, I was like, oh, she likes, Christmas lights. So we drove around the neighborhood and we're blasting Christmas music, Mariah Carey, Ariana Grande. I was surprised I picked out her song. I was like, wait, is that Ariana Grande? And I was like, yep, that's her. I was like, cool, I recognize her voice. And it just really got me in the Christmas spirit. And then she talked about kids. She talked about we can do this every year, and then the kids will be here and they'll have little cups of our hot cocoa that I made. And I was like, I think that'd be enjoyable. That kind of got me in the festive mood. But a big problem I see with getting into the Christmas spirit at this age is, one, it's on us to drum it up ourselves now. When we were kids, our parents had to do all the work. But now it's like the years are going by so fast now. So it's like, it's Christmas already. December just started last week, and it's already like December 7th. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane to me how quickly it's coming up. So I don't know. How do you feel? The year's going by quicker and quicker.
I don't know. This year kind of felt a little long, but next week I'm going to see Christmas lights with a friend of mine.
Awesome.
So they'll probably do something for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, with the merging of families, I got all these stupid things I got to do now. Like I got to buy people on her side of the family presents, and then siblings and nieces, nephews, all over there. But everyone at the Calvary household still has no kids. There's only a handful of us that are married, so it's like I don't know. So trying to get into the Christmas cheer, but it's a little bit of a slow burn. But I feel like I'm doing more this year than I did last year. That's so good. It's getting a little bit better.
Be a leader.
I want Christmas to be my favorite holiday, and it used to be because when we were kids, just getting presents. But now it's Halloween. Put all my money, time, energy into Halloween. Yeah, I'm never disappointed. But Christmas, that's a little bit more work for me. You know? So anyway, there's a lot to talk about this week. What I'm probably going to do, and we talked about this beforehand, we have another episode with Ethan. But I think we're going to have to push it back a bit because we didn't talk about anything trending per se. It was a big conversation about personal stuff, which I love. But there's a lot that happened this week that we're going to talk about now that I would like to put to the forefront because this needs to be talked about, and it's insane. And I love it. So I think the first thing, we need to talk about Hawk Tuah coin. Actually, it's just called Hawk coin. Okay. Let me look this up, actually. Now, I did do extensive research, actually, but I forgot that I wanted to look up one thing before we got started. Are you in crypto, though, Shaps?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some invested.
What can I ask? Like, I don't know, maybe that's personal. Like, what? You don't have to ask, I guess, say how much, but what do you have? What coins? If you don't mind me asking. If not, no problem.
I've got Doge, but
okay.
I have a feeling I only put in enough to where I was like, I don't mind if I lose this. And I have a feeling there's a good chance it might double. So I didn't put that much in though, but still, we'll see where it happens in January.
I got a lot of coin right now in XRP. I put $25 and that's the starter fee. So I think when you sign up with Coinbase, they give you like $10 for free.
Yeah.
but they put it in Bitcoin, which, as you know, not that long ago went over 100, over 100K.
Yeah.
So I had $25 in Bitcoin from the starter $10 they gave me, which was so nice of them. And I moved that over to Doge. So I got however many bucks, $25 a Doge gets you.
Yeah.
So I think Doge is going to go up. But I'm also skeptical because that people have been talking about it for 3 years and nothing's happened. You know what I mean? Like that, it's still, even though it's got a resurgence to the election, it has not still gone past what it went through when he went on SNL and did his Wario impression.
Right.
So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's gonna happen? Obviously, do you put money into it? But like realistically, like
I hope so.
Yeah. So here's what I think is gonna happen. I think Inauguration Day is gonna be another peak.
Yeah, that's when I'm gonna pull out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably when everyone's gonna pull out.
Exactly.
I might do it the day before.
Sure.
But yeah.
It's a risk though, because you want to wait that extra day for everything to ching, but at the same time, that's when Coinbase decides it's not going to work that day because everyone's going to pull out at the same exact time. So I'm invested in XRP, Dogecoin. I cashed out Bitcoin because I don't know how much further it's going to go. 100K, that's a milestone. Don't get me wrong, but like if it went up to 150, that's still not going to get me. Double my money or anything. So all these other coins that are lower, that has a higher chance of, So I have a lot in XRP, and I think it's going to go up a lot too. So I'm probably going to cash out on Inauguration Day, but I'm not smart. I'm pretty sure everyone else has the same idea.
Yeah.
So okay, when I texted you the Hawk coin, was that your first time hearing about it?
No, definitely not.
Okay. So where'd you hear it from?
That took over the internet for a few. I don't know how this lady keeps on resurfacing and taking over the internet, because it was just the first initial video.
Yep.
Then it was the podcast, and now it's the coin.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought about the coin way before she did. I was like, why don't she just do that now and get it over with?
Yeah.
But now there's that new website that everyone's crazy over. It's called FunCoin or something, where everyone just does the pump and dump scams, and she hopped onto it. I was like,
okay, so she's on that one.
Yeah, that's where she made her fortune.
Here's my new rule. If it's not on Coinbase, don't buy it.
Well, you do realize, the whole idea of the website is to scam people. That's the entire. I'm not saying that it's just all a scam. No, it's basically in their advertising, where you make your own crypto essentially, and then you pump it up and then you dump it, and then people just keep on making money off of that, because I don't know why people invest into it.
Yeah,
but it's just, that's what it is. That's probably the easiest way to make money right now.
Yeah,
and for next week maybe is make a pump and dump scam.
Well, it's probably good to invest in the site itself because everyone's using that technology and their site to host this stuff. But how stupid are people if that's the reputation that site has?
I think the kickback is that people who make the coin, they're not allowed to dump it all at once. That's why people feel safer with it. But it still is liable to crash. Yeah. So they're going to be making money no matter what.
Well, crypto on its own is liable to crash. Even on Coinbase, it could clean out on its own, you know? So I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just I understand falling for the she's making a coin. Well, they were right in this. Investors were right. People like you and I were correct in the fact that it was going to go up. That's true.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening is they lock these lower tier people like us.
Yeah.
If I put in $1,000, for me that's a lot of money. But the same thing with cryptos, you'll put in, but you can't cash out
until it's a certain amount.
They lock it. I think that's how it works.
Well, some of it, what you're talking about is they have a set requirement before you can cash out. So for instance, I don't think it was this expensive, but you put in 1,000. They said, well, until it's worth 5,000, you can't cash out. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if that's what this particular scam was. I think just everyone thought the same thing, like, oh, it can make a quick buck, and then everyone did.
Yeah.
It was like record speed,
Right.
apparently.
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched a lot of breakdown videos on how this one worked, but I want to say on Coinbase that's not the issue. Where like, oh, you put in, you got to wait until
Coinbase works with like actual real companies, not this fake crap. So that's. Yeah, I mean, like if you're taking first glance, it probably is what it looks like, but like, that all investment scams. But no, it's this particular website that's their whole gimmick is that you as an individual can make your own crypto and then pump and dump and then make a bunch of money off of it.
Well, you know how like Adobe is like working on ways to make it more user friendly, and they're doing all this stuff, and well, that's what that website sounds like they do is they make it user friendly for scammers. So like, okay, here's all these new tools you can put in. You can lock these people.
And then they take a cut of it. So it's like, that's how they make their money.
So at least right this second, it doesn't look like the Hawk Tuah girl herself took all the money and cashed it.
That's what I heard. So it crashed, but
it wasn't her cashing it out.
It's because of that delay, right? That delay of being able to cash out. I think that's what got her. Yeah, she thought she could do it all at once.
No, so okay. Do you know what a crypto sniper is? I kept trying to find out what that is, but apparently it's a bot that buys up a lot of
and then buys low and then sells high at like the exact right moment, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, I tried to research what a crypto sniper is, and every video I found was teaching me how to be a sniper. And I was like, that's not what I'm wanting. I want to know.
So I know. I mean, like
this is.
I know what an eBay sniper is. It's probably the same idea.
Sure. What is that then?
An eBay sniper is someone who essentially makes a bid that's like 1% higher than the biggest bid 1 second before the item is sold. My mom used to do it all the time before there were bots. Yeah, she was
kidding.
She was really good at it.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's impressive.
Yeah. It's not criminal, but it's still like it's kind of like
Absolutely.
people are like, you're a scum if you do it. Right. But like you can develop a bot easily to do it. That's how the scalpers work. So like when the new PS5 Pro limited edition came out, and it goes all the way back to like when COVID with like the new chips for the 30 series. Actually, the card I have now, 3 years ago, you know how expensive it was. It's because they would program bots to buy it as soon as it became available. And then, but with crypto, it's different. It's buying and selling. So you just tell it to buy super low at a certain amount, a certain threshold, and to sell at a certain threshold. And you have a couple 100,000 of those. It's like, nothing is humanly engineered anymore.
Okay, so here's what happened. Is what I can tell from the hot coin. Is before it went live for the peasants like you and me, okay, before we could buy.
To be clear, I did not invest.
Neither did I. When I say we, I just pretend we're Well, we are
peasants.
We are peasants. We are idiots. We are losers. You know, I'll speak for myself. At least I know I am. Before we were allowed to buy, which we didn't. Disclaimer. We did not buy hot coin. But I'm just what's the word? Hypothetical. Before we bought. Okay. She pre-sold to other people. So she was handing out coin. She was allowing insiders essentially to buy coin. They were allowed to cash out whenever they wanted. Okay. So by the time it opened to the peasants, who I can't imagine people didn't put their life savings in it. There were a couple people that were like cashed out their retirement. I'm sure there were people that cashed out life savings.
But there was no money left by the time they got to eat.
They put it in. Now they're locked. Like I said, they're not allowed to cash out. But the insiders were. So in the span of 2 hours, the people that already had the stuff already before it went live to the peasants cashed out.
Yeah.
Where Hawk Tuah girl allegedly makes her money is the peasants, when they buy in, there was a 15% transaction fee. So to buy, it was like a 15% tax.
I thought she made her cut from the insider guys.
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
This only happened like 2 or 3 days ago.
Sure.
So we're pretty sure that's what happened, but we know for sure she got 15% of everybody's transaction. Oh. So if I put in $1,000, she got 15% of that. Right. So can you imagine? So her market cap was like several $100 million.
Yeah.
So she got allegedly right now she has like at least $1 million. Like we know at least $1 million came from transaction fees.
Yeah.
So that's her team, and that's when CoffeeZilla was doing his video talking to them on Discord, and they were like, "Well, you know, it went to the company, it went to the foundation, it went to all this, and
AKA straight into her pocket."
Yeah, exactly. So we know for sure she got transaction fees. We don't know who the insiders were. Probably her friends and her. And
she doesn't know anyone in the industry yet. Like she just started the internet lifestyle.
Well, she does have friends at this point. Like when you team up with Jake Paul, that's who her company works for. She's already had several guests. Like, are they friends? No, but with Jake Paul, you got people.
Yeah, Jake Paul's probably one of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like you got your people. You have insiders. Okay, so the insiders cashed out. They wanted to put all the blame on snipers, which is why I was trying to find a good working definition. So what I think happened was snipers were a real thing, but I think on Hawk Tuah girl's end, she couldn't stop the snipers from stealing her money, is what she's saying. Like, oh, snipers got to it, which is true, but I think snipers actually just got away with some of their money, some of the stuff they were trying to protect, you know. So, so the peasants got screwed. All the insiders cashed out, took the money. Probably a lot of them are going to give her some or all. I don't know. I don't know who the insiders are, but whoever she pre-sold the tokens to or gave tokens to before it went live, those are the people that could cash out, and they did. And then everybody else couldn't, were locked, and they were screwed. Yeah. So, I can't imagine how much money was gone. I don't quite know how crypto works, and so when I was like, the coin market cap is $350 million. I was like, oh shoot, is that how much money was in it? Apparently not. Apparently, even though the amount total is worth $350 million, that's not. It doesn't translate to how much money's in it. So I don't quite know how that works. So, I mean, if you can explain it better, or even if honestly, if we don't know, like if someone in the comments can explain what the heck coin market cap means, or like how that works. So how does that translate to how much money is actually in, you know, the coin? But if you take 15% of the whole coin, everyone putting in their money, and it was over $1 million, then I mean, the value of the coin had to have at some point been in the 100 millions or something. So maybe somebody did take that.
I'm pretty sure it was $90 million in total. Yeah. Of the market,
something like that.
She probably didn't make off with all that, but
snipers did get in, and the insiders. Whoever
I'm sure she lost her money because she doesn't really. I mean, like, she was probably being told what to do. Yeah. By her company. So.
I would say. So do you know the guy running it is like J Hollywood or D Hollywood, something like that? Doc Holliday. Okay, that's what it is.
Doc Holliday?
Yeah, not obviously not the actual guy. Yeah. He's dead. But like it's a guy that's like Doc Hollywood, I think is what he's saying. But it's obviously inspired from Doc Hollywood. It's like a spin on it. It's like Doc Hollywood. And I think he's the mastermind behind it, and he's just kind of using her face. So I don't think, maybe I'm giving her too much of the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think she herself was smart enough to, here's how we're going to scam everybody. Now, the people she put around her, which is like, I think allegedly like 15 people, I know they know what they're doing though, and I don't know, how much have you seen on this? Did you watch anything on it?
Again, it happened so quickly.
It did.
All I saw was that she made one, it crashed, she made off with some kind of money, and that's it. That's all I really know about it. Yeah. But yeah, I also don't study this stuff front and back. Yeah. I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. I knew about the pump and dump scams, which are kind of interesting, but then that's like old news to me. So, but yeah, I don't really know. I haven't investigated this this phenomenon.
I did just because I didn't want to hop on here and be like, man, she stole a lot of money, and that's the end of the conversation. I wanted to try to have some kind of knowledge.
I still feel a little confused. So
yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just like in general. I still feel like there's some missing pieces.
Yeah, for sure. But so we're pretty sure the insiders that already had the coin, they cashed out everybody's money. So it went from a 350 million coin market cap to like 29 million. So somebody made out with all that money. So she got her money on transaction fees, or the team did, and all the insiders got that money, the rest of it, and then some snipers got some, but. That's essentially what the scam is. So that's it. I think I don't know if I explained that enough to where it made sense, but that's allegedly what happened. Now, who those insiders are, I don't know. Nobody does. But eventually, I know CoffeeZilla is going to do a full video on that. Yeah. I was talking with Darcy about it because I was like, I'm disappointed. I was really hoping that she was. I mean, I guess I made a video on her, which I don't know if you watched.
Yes.
And everyone in the comments was like, "You're a hater." And I'm like, "Well, you probably bought her coin."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then and this is what she does: is she kind of scams everybody. And again, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't think she went into it attempting to scam people, but I think she put idiots around her who knew how to scam people, and that's what they did.
I think she did only because it was on the particular website that is specifically made to scam people. I think she's at least smart enough to know that. So, yeah, I don't give her that credit. Sorry.
Fair. No, I mean, you're not apologizing to me. I didn't lose anything.
I mean, like, they must have told her so much. And, like, I'm sure they told her the shady stuff as well. Yeah. And she was probably like, ooh, money. Like, a lot of people would. Like, most people probably would be that way. It's like, oh, I can make this much easy money. Like, why not? It's going to be, and they're like, oh, we're going to be taking it from idiots who buy into it. That's their fault. Like, that's what most people can justify it with. It's like, oh, these idiots deserve to be scammed. So, like, why not? It's not easy. It's not that hard to convince someone to dip into that. I mean, there was like a 13-year-old kid who scammed he had 3 different coins lined up consecutively, one after another. And he ended up running away with like $50,000. He kept on scamming these people.
I think I heard of that one.
over and over and over again. It's at that same website. Yeah. So I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What are we doing with our lives, bro? We could be buying a house.
People literally just want to throw away money. Yeah. They have this addiction to throwing away money. And it's really sad. So I'm like, no, I don't think people actually like truly in their heart believe. I think they're just addicted to it. I think they're addicted to that rush. They're addicted to I could make billions right now, and that's what's pushing them. And then she takes advantage of that. People take advantage of that.
I can't lie to myself. I really think I would have, if I didn't hear about the coin till after it was gone.
Right.
But if I had heard about it beforehand and kind of watched some of her stuff on it, I actually, until I got to that shady site, I definitely. She
also has a lot of simpers. So plenty of simps.
Well, I'm not a simp for her. Sorry. She's not even that great looking. I've seen her fully dolled up. That's not a girl I'd simp over. Okay,
I'm not saying you. I'm saying a lot of people do though.
Yeah, that's fair. But I was like, I've had a couple times where I've almost bought into something, but then when you get to that shady site and they're asking for your credit card information, you just get that sick feeling in your stomach.
Not everyone has that.
Yeah, and I was like,
not everyone has.
Yeah, so anytime some website, I've had a site. I was trying to find a DVD copy of the 1993 Fantastic Four movie, and of course, there's no official release, right? So there's a fan made one. And I was getting ready to buy it, but it was on a site. I was like, I just don't know this site. So I'm getting ready to put my card in, and then I was like, you know what? Never mind. Like, it's on YouTube. It's all blurry. I'll just watch it like that. Yeah. You exit out. And I got an email from that site saying, hey, you're about to put your card info in. Why'd you stop? And I was like, how do you know that? Yeah. So, like, I don't know. And of course, I've had scam artists that try to pretend they're, fake Markiplier, for instance. You got a fake Markiplier account messaging you, trying to get you to sign your card up for something. I've had that happen, and I've had it where I played along a little bit. I'm like, yeah. So where am I going? Where am I going? And then I go to the site. I'm looking. I'm like, come on, dude.
It's for children.
Like when you put your card once you put your card number in, it's the card is spelled wrong. Yeah. CRD curd number. And then the guy that's messaging you, he's like, come on, man, what's taking you so long? You ain't talked to me in 5 seconds. Like, what the hell? Come on, I got somewhere to be. Put your money in. And I'm like, dude, But people still fall for it. So you think they're just addicted to losing their money?
I think they're addicted to the idea of making it easily. Yeah. And they don't care how much it costs, essentially. And they're probably justifying it to all their friends, like, oh no, if I spend this much a year, like in this many times that I'm like I spend it on this many cryptos, like I have to make millions eventually. Like so
one rug pull scam would be enough to shut me up. Or if I was bragging about Hawk Coin, I'm like, yeah, like, come on, guys, like, it's gonna be big. Like, she works with Jake Paul. She, rags to riches, like, overnight. Come on, this is a sure thing. And then all my money's gone. I invested, let's say, $10,000 into it. And I mean, I couldn't brag to anybody after that.
Yeah, but then that's kind of how they get you, because like a lot of people probably say that, and then the person who scammed them is like, hey, I know that was a scam. That's my bad. I promise to do better. There's this new one. I promise you're going to make money off of it.
Oh God, I can't.
I promise you're going to make money off of it. I'll personally invest $100 right now. And I'll privately message you just to make sure that you're okay. Because we need to get through this together. I'm going to try to get your money back. It's stuff like that. You know, like it's very easy to get people hooked on if they already did it before.
I guess so. But like, when I gamble at, say, at the casino, right? Those, you could say those are a scam, but they're not. I win sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know, do you ever think, because you've gambled before?
Yeah.
Do you ever think that like, oh, I lost money this day. If I put more money in, I'm actually just winning back the money I just lost?
Heck yeah. I mean, like, I don't think that way, but because like, I actually like won money and was able to walk away, and I lost money and was able to walk away.
Yeah.
So. I don't think I have that tick, but I know people do.
But like if I lost $10K to a scam and the guy's like, hey bro, I'll get you your money back. I need another $10K. Well, it's like even if you did get my money back, really you're just making me break even.
Right.
So that's not worth another 10. You know what I mean? Or however much. Like I'm never gonna put $10K on anything unless I won the lottery, right? And I wouldn't put $10K. I'd put 10 mil. But yeah, like I don't know. Like I can't imagine justifying. If I double my second around to 10K, that's just gonna give me back what I lost the first time and just break even. That's not worth it. You know what I mean? I don't want to invest in a scam to get my scammed money back. You know, I don't know. But yeah, I guess you're right. People do it, and I just don't get why. It just doesn't compute with me. I just can't rearrange my brain to justify it.
Sure.
If one guy let me down money wise like that, now of course. Depends on the situation. You know, you're gonna win some, lose some on the stock market. You know, you're not gonna win every time unless you're one of the insiders that just, you know, I don't know. You're one of the guys. You're the actual Wolf of Wall Street. You know, but other than that, you're not gonna know. So like, yeah, of course you're gonna have a guy who's right sometimes or wrong sometimes. But on a clear rug pull scam like this, you're not going to convince me again, but I guess some people don't have that level of common sense. I've fully subscribed to the ideology of fool me once, shame on me. Or was it fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me? You know what I mean? Yeah. But on that first one, I still take full, like, shame on me. You know what I mean? I learned my lesson the first time, I think, depending on what it is. Obviously, when it came to dating, not so much. But money stuff, I'm not going to make that mistake a second time. It's not going to happen. So I don't know. But yeah, I've never met somebody that is that dumb or has that addiction, but I guess they do exist. Enough of them exist where Hawk can make off with a ton of stuff.
Because in their heads, it's not gambling. That's the thing. If they can declassify it as not gambling, you know, it feels a little bit more stoic than that. It feels a little bit more gentlemanly. I mean, investments, you know, it sounds exciting. And to ride the market, you know, the way they do, it's like, it's a rush, dude. Yeah. It's a rush.
I guess it's not gambling if it's a sure thing. You know what I mean?
It's not.
It's not a sure thing. But if it feels that way, it's not like it's not.
And then
gambling.
They're checking their phones all the time. That's their rush. That's their gimmick. You know, like they're
screw you. Just for that.
They keep looking.
I'm checking right now.
You see how easy that was?
Yeah, you're right. So I pulled up Hawk to see if it was on Coinbase, and so many rip-off coins.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
There's Hawk Tuah, Hawk Tuah, Hawk Tuah, Hawk Tuah, Hawk Tuah Wi-Fi hat. I don't know. It's horrible. Yeah. It's horrible. So
how much money? And people complain about freaking like, oh, the rich people, they throw away money on like, you know, all their investments and stuff. But like, what about these regular people who are throwing away their life savings for nothing? It's like, America just has people, the American people just have a spending problem, like in general, not just one particular class. Like it's everyone. Whoever, there are so many people who just who should never get that much money.
Right.
I don't think they don't know what to do with it. There's just some people who cannot have that, or else they'll lose it, and then it'll go into the void, the nothing zone. You know, where someone else, just a big shark, is going to take it. You know, keep on feeding himself. Like,
I got in on Shiba Inu. I know I told you this. I got in on Shiba Inu before it kind of hit its big surge. I put like $150. I should have put $1,000 in it, but you never know. And at the time, I couldn't save a coin to save my life, so I put $150 in, and it hit that surge where it went up a whole zero, and it went up to, you know, it went up to $1,500 for me, which was a lot.
Wow.
I know how you do get addicted to refreshing. I agree. When it went up a zero, I was very hooked, and I was like, every day at work, there's no phones allowed, right?
Yeah.
So I was like refreshing you got to use the VPN to log in and check your stuff.
Right.
And there were so many people that were like, I'm not selling, and
Yeah.
Sheba never took off that day, and it never took off the subsequent years. So I'm with you. I think everyone's gonna cash out on Inauguration Day.
Yeah.
The election was a good time to invest, although I was just too scared. So many people were betting on the election. Right. I was too scared to do it. I was like, I don't want to put that much money in.
What I really like is that my job automatically puts into my retirement.
Mm-hmm.
And after the election, I just looked at my retirement. I was like, oh, wow, that's like double what it was.
I remember now. Thank you. Retirement. You jogged my memory. I saw so many people cash out their retirement. It's not at my job, but online.
Geez,
and they put
awful.
They put it into Sheba. Mm-hmm. But it was after the
craze.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it never went up. So I was like, people are that crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you. You jogged my memory. I went all the way up and down the stairs for that coffee machine. I was like, I can't remember why. Mm-mm. But I was like, how do people do that? But so many people do that.
Yeah.
I know people personally who'll cash out their retirement and go buy a house. Like, you know what? I still wouldn't do that, but I understand the logic behind it. Because like, I got $50K in my retirement. Why not?
Yeah.
I'll just start over. So I'm 10 years into my job. I cannot imagine having to start over again.
Mm-hmm.
I can retire in 10 years, but I'm gonna go 15 more because it doubles what I have in there.
Right.
So it's like I can't imagine cashing it out and it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what do you tell your family? What do you tell? I mean, they're probably not married, but still, it's like, what do you do?
But people do that though.
Oh, sure.
Like husbands will do that. Mm-hmm. And my biological dad, he won a settlement against I want to say trucking company. Mm-hmm. And what he could have done with the settlement was buy his own truck. He had enough money to buy his own semi truck and work as an independent truck driver and make real money. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm gonna go day trade it. Mm. Which, I mean, God, if I didn't know how crypto works, I sure as heck don't know how day trading works.
Yeah.
And he lost it all. Mm. I don't know how much it was, but it had to have been a lot of money to buy your own semi truck.
Well over $100,000.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm just gonna go day trade it. Like, what? Some people are that dumb, dude. Yeah. He's one of the dumbest people I know. Yeah. That's not the dumbest thing he's done, but it's one of them. You know what I mean? From a financial standpoint, it's probably his most costly decision. Mm. He's done other stuff like failed drug tests and all, whatever. But yeah, it's just some people just when they get money, it comes down. I know Christians call it stewardship, and they just don't know what to do with that type of money. I'd like to think So I have a lot of crypto and a bunch of rip-off dog coins that are super volatile. Yeah. I bought them years ago. If Doge does hit $1 or goes to $100 or something, those coins I think eventually would come up with it. Mm. So I think I could actually have a good down payment on a second house or something because we're about to buy our first house. Mm. I think that could happen.
Yeah.
But it could not as well, though. It could not happen. So I just don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what the deal is. I can't imagine. I don't think I was born yet when my dad did that to my mom and his money. But it's just like, what do you say? What do you say? I think I even asked my mom. I was like, what do you say when you lost that type of money? And she was just like, he just tried to avoid it. He never brought it up. He didn't tell me that he lost it. He just tried to go on about his day and act like he wasn't the biggest idiot on planet Earth. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I don't know what I'd say. I'd have to talk to Maddie about it because she would just after she killed me, after she got done, she would, then we'd have to have a real talk and be like, okay, so what do we do now? Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't feel bad for anybody who invested in Hawk. I just don't because it keeps happening and people still fall for it. I'll give some people the benefit of the doubt. So apparently, according to the creator, their target was people that had never bought crypto before. So imagine this is your first one. You've heard a lot about it. And then it's Hawk Tuah girl. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this could actually be a thing. Like I can kind of feel for first timers.
In 2 hours?
What do you mean?
How did you even? No, that's not enough time. Like it's not. It was up for what? 2 hours?
No. See, the scammers promise it's a long-term investment.
Everything. No, what I'm saying
everything
is
unfolded
the
in 2
coin
hours.
was created, right?
Yeah.
And it unfolded in 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Which means there wouldn't have been enough time to like pitch someone. I mean, I don't think so.
Well, they've been building it up for a while. They've been promising people stuff before it launched, and they've been hyping it up.
Oh man,
I'm sure Jake Paul shouted it out. So all these kids grab their parents.
Coin.
Yeah.
The Tuah coin.
Mm-hmm. No, it's Hawk Coin.
Tuah coin's no. Tuah coin's gonna be the sequel.
Tuah.
I think this is probably. Everyone keeps blaming the kids for ruining like the intelligence of the American
These were
people.
adults.
These are the adults.
Yeah.
These are the adults. Not like
crypto scams are adult scams.
Yeah.
They're not kids scams.
Right.
Fortnite, because there was a time when a kid would rack up Fortnite stuff on somebody's credit card, and the parents had no clue.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's different. Those are kid scams.
Right.
But
this is real money.
Or EA loot boxes on Battlefront 2. Those are kid scams. Some adults, but not quite.
Right.
But yeah, crypto's adult
and they're
scams.
just like, man, Skibbity, that's so childish. I would never be that stupid. I would never be reduce myself to that. It's these people who are not quite adults yet, but think they're adults or act like adults, and they just blow it, dude. And on freaking Hawk Tuah, and we've blown it up to be way more than it should ever be.
Yeah.
It was funny for 5 seconds, like most of these stupid jokes are.
I laughed. That first video made me chuckle.
But then, is it like, think about that one? I mean, think about her. Does anyone actually know her name?
Haley Welch.
Okay,
I
good
do.
for you.
I've had to do research on her. I made a video saying she's writing out and stretching, very like Willy Wonka, Laffy Taffy, stretching her 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, as much as good for her, I guess. Like, if you got it, you got it. But I'm just like, does anyone feel guilt for giving someone like that so much attention for doing virtually nothing?
Yeah.
Like, why? Why is this the reality?
No, I feel bad for first time scammers. For first time people that got scammed. Sorry, not the scammer, the scammies. I'll feel bad for them, but that's not all who was in this. There's so many dummies in there that were like, they've been scammed before and they're doing it again. And I think you're right. I think there is a history of people that just love to be throwing their money at stuff and chasing that high of like, oh, this is going to hit.
Probably, it makes them feel like they're doing something productive. Because like, oh, well, eventually it's going to pay off. It has to. Yeah. And it's exactly the same mindset as gambling. So...
Yeah, the few times I've hit at WinStar.
Except you don't get free drinks.
Yeah, or the few times that I've hit on Shiba. The one time I hit on Shiba, like I felt like I had done something. You know what I mean? But the cost to give ratio, man, just doesn't work. It never works out in people's favor when you buy into these scams. So for me, it would only take me once to learn. But I understand. I do have that temptation of, well, this scam didn't work. But this scam looks okay. I don't know. You don't know it's a scam until they pull the rug. That's why it's called a rug pull.
Right.
I feel that temptation, like, well, it didn't work last time, but I have money now saved again. But this time will be fine. I'm still not putting in what I can't afford to lose. I understand the allure of like, that didn't work, but this didn't work, or this will work. I get that, but I don't fall for it. Or like I said, once you pull up that shady site and you start. It asks for your card info.
Which reminds me, Caleb, we're making the third. I'm trying to think of a good name for it.
I thought about the joke on the way up here too. I also struggled with the name part. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I was like, all right. So all that being said, guys, we are launching third wheel token.
Third wheel coin, yeah.
Yeah, third wheel coin coming out next week. Please, I promise you, only our friends invested first, and everyone else will be first at it.
We're gonna get your money back with Shap coin.
Yeah, but that's a good one right there. It's just a silhouette you. But here's the thing: like, if we try to make a scam, you still got to kind of go viral, right? You can't just post on the scam site.
Not necessarily,
and people buy.
because what that website does, it allows you to stream, and so that's what you do for like a day. You just stream. And you pump it, like you maybe make like a few $1,000s, but it's a few $1,000s doing nothing, right? So it lets you stream, and lets you just like kind of like Twitch, and you just kind of get people to pump. Like, again, that 13-year-old kid, he didn't go viral. He didn't have like a big fan base. He went viral because of what he did, not because why he was doing it. So No, I don't think it's that hard to make money that way. It's just morally so wrong.
Absolutely.
Like you and I guarantee you could make at least a few $1,000s if you tried your hardest with as much as you try with Third Wheel. If you put that effort towards this thing, you probably make $5,000 to $10,000. I'm not gonna lie, but I just think
God, the
so
lure.
morally wrong.
I hear Darth Plagueis telling me to do this.
Exactly, because that's the whole thing. They made it to where anyone can do it.
Yeah,
That's what this website does. So yeah, I'm like, I just don't care about money that much. Obviously, if I got money, that'd be great. I've thought about, if I made like a fortune, like what would I do with it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't ever think of that much. And I just really don't even like the idea of having to like worry about that. You know, like it's so depressing to think about, oh man, how much money could I have made if I just would have known that this little doggy thing would have been like so blown up. It's like no one can ever know that.
Yeah.
But like your goal in life shouldn't be make as much money as you can before you die. It's that's also a depressing thing to think about.
That's
like,
fair.
It's all about just the memories you make, dude. The people you know.
Yeah, I just want money to do this for,
Do you want to be surrounded by 50 fake investors who are your friends, quote unquote? It's like, no.
Right. I just want to quit working. That's all I care about. And I can just do this forever. You know what I mean? Like, if I could quit working, I'd be happy. You know, because then I can go make the memories. I wouldn't be chasing down more scams. I wouldn't be chasing that next high. My next high would be my next video. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But you know, I will say there's a higher chance you'll do well on crypto, I think, than winning the lottery. You know,
I just always subscribe to the idea of like, it's very old fashioned. It's kind of problematic now. But if you work really hard, you save your money wisely, you spend it wisely, eventually you're going to get to that point where you don't have to worry about anything. And that's that the system is designed that way. Is it always work that way? No. But if you actually maintain it and you stay the course, like it can work out that way for anyone.
Yeah.
You just have to keep working hard and then you can reap the benefits later. But it's hard because the lore is when you're young, you want to have all that experience, you know, but it's like, when you're young, you're gonna make the more bad decisions than ever. So it's actually wiser just to wait until like you're older and you're like a little slower. You know, you think a little bit more about things. You know, before you do crazy stuff. So
yeah,
I mean, like make some rich friends. I don't know, and then do stuff with them.
yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things, but
My wife's family's pretty well off, so we're good in that department.
Right.
But you know, if I could do it myself before we got to that point, I don't have to rely on other people. But you know, most likely though, it's not going to happen through crypto. You know, but there's always that like hope of like you just want to hold on and you know maybe maybe it'll happen. But you know, it is what it is. So
I don't think it's any different than like a simp who's like on OnlyFans, hoping that
it's a big difference.
I don't know, if they give enough money, then they'll finally get the attention and they get the dream relationship. It hits that same tick though, right?
I'm sure it does, but not for me. Like I don't know. I'm never gonna think I gave her $10 for this private video. She loves me. Yeah. Okay. Somebody typed my name in because you know like those OnlyFans models. It's not them messaging you. Right. Like you know that, right? Like it's like her ugly assistant who's probably a guy. Yeah. You know, messaging you on that. She doesn't have time to respond to everybody's $5 text. Yeah. Or her $50 sex chat rooms.
Oh well, then let me put $5,000 on there and see what happens. Oh wait, she says she responded to me. Well, if I put another $5,000, maybe I get to meet her in person.
Yeah, let me stand out. I'm not gonna stand out given the minimum. I'm gonna stand out though putting. Yeah, I guess you're right. I can see why people fall for that crap.
It's a scam either way.
It is a scam. It is. You'll get the video you paid for, right? But it's not her texting you. It's not her talking to you. It's not. You know, or if it is, she doesn't love you. Like I don't know what to tell you, man. Some people are losing money on AI girls.
Maybe if I just spend enough money and then I stalk her at a con and I walk up to her and have a casual, normal conversation, then maybe we can be in a relationship. Yep. We see it all the time.
Not in this camp. I'm married. I ain't falling for that.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm losing my money other ways.
You tell them.
No. All right. So we got 15 minutes left. I want to talk about Kraven the Hunter.
Okay. So you had me watch the 8-minute preview, which was cut up definitely. Like if you watch the movie, I bet you there's going to be more scenes. It felt like there was a lot of cutting. That wasn't.
Ooh, I don't know though, because all the Sony movies feel like that. You know,
I would be surprised if that's the uncut version because it felt the pacing was really weird.
Did you watch Madam Web though?
No.
Yeah.
But I know they're notorious for cutting a whole lot of content out.
That's fair.
But like I'm sure, like just watching this little preview, the 8-minute preview that just came out a few days ago, there was a lot that was cut out. But you had me watch it. Any particular reason you were excited to talk about this?
Yeah, I mean, I love Sony's non-Spider-Verse. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love it.
What an interesting concept.
That was like episode 2 of our show. We started talking about these, right? So absent from the first 8 minutes of this. So let me get the background. Okay. Venom 1 made a lot of money. Venom 2 made a lot of money. So they greenlit a Spider-Man cinematic universe without Spider-Man.
Yes, just the villains.
So just the villains. So they were like, okay. So then Morbius came out, flopped. It flopped so bad it got memed to heck.
Right.
And then they released it again, and it, of course, failed again. So like one of the only movies ever flopped twice, which is awesome. Next up on the list was Madam Web. Not only did it flop, it was so bad. The trailer was mocked relentlessly online and came out. It was god awful, made no money. They cut corners on shooting. You could tell. I mean, when I watched it, when we made our short film, I was like seeing like, okay, this is how Madam Web. I see how Madam Web made these mistakes because you make your own mistakes when you're making films.
Right.
So when I upon re-watching clips from Madam Web, I was like, that's why it was shot weird, because they shot it and they couldn't go back and fix it, so they just tried to cut it up weird or they dubbed over it and like all that stuff. Like all this stuff you have to do to fix a mistake because you didn't shoot it right. So.
Or they switch directors and the director's like, I want it to be this way, or they're pushing the limit on their time. Yeah. They have to cut down. There's a million and one reasons why.
Yep.
Now, the best movies in the world, you know, that you will never, ever notice that. Yeah. You'll never, ever notice the pacing. It's like, oh, well, you know, like Madam Web, it's not that big of a movie, right? It's like, look at the budget of the film. Yeah. This is Sony. They have unlimited money.
Yeah, that's not true.
Sony?
Yeah, they're well, for a while they were kind of going the way of Ubisoft, which we can talk about at some point.
Like all of Sony, as in
2016. This was a while ago, I guess, but in 2016 they had to put down $1 billion write-off on taxes. That's because one was Ghostbusters. That was a big one, but that's a lot of money to lose. But companies are going down, bro. Okay, Disney's only worth half what it used to be.
Not Sony though. I think you underestimate
PlayStation and cameras, right? Is that what you're trying to include?
They have the camera industry marketed cornered. They have the TV industry cornered. You know, like they sell electronics just like Microsoft. How like everyone kind of thinks, oh, it's Xbox and that's it. No, they're like the biggest company in the world because of everything else. Like they have money to shell out. Though, do they put enough money into their movie industries? Probably not. Right. But it's like they could though if they really thought this was going to succeed, right? Yeah. But even some of the new Marvel movies that have like 3 times the budget still have those pacing problems, still have those cut problems where they make the mistakes and they just realize they want to cut down. Like it just shows to me that they don't have much faith in their own product. They just want to shell it out. Yeah. So
that's what it feels like with the Sony non-Spider-Man universe. They just want to shell it out. So Madam Web came out, flopped, memed to heck and back with Morbius. So next up on the list was Venom 3. Right. Which came out, me and Beetle saw it, and it was bad. It was boring. It was long. It sucked, and but it wasn't the worst thing ever. Like it was like, fine, it's over. We get to say goodbye to a character that nobody really cared about, and actually, this one made less than the other 2 did. So the hype for Venom, the hype for Venom's like died down.
Interesting, because Carnage I thought did well.
It did, but it made less. It made more than the 3rd one did. Wow. So now coming up is Kraven the Hunter, and the first trailer did look really bad, but what people did say that they liked was the it's rated R and it's like got a lot of gore in it, got a lot of blood. Yes, it got a lot of really nasty looking action. So people are happy about that. Didn't get a warm reception. It's got my starter pack of what's his name, Russell Crowe. It's got Russell Crowe in it. So bad cinematic universe starter pack. Item 1, Russell Crowe. And then they shoehorned in Rhino from Spider-Man. Do you know why they call me Rhino? Like he just.
It's not even the same Rhino from Amazing Spider-Man, I don't think.
Nope. I don't know what universe they're trying to build.
But wouldn't that be it? That's the Sony one, right?
Yes.
So wouldn't that be it? But no.
Or
No.
Yeah. I don't know where these.
Why can't they do that? Why can't they
Yeah.
put Andrew Garfield back in? I don't understand.
I thought we were building. They're not building toward anything. So
Right.
Morbius tried to cross over with Vulture from MCU, and they got together. None of them have met Spider-Man in that universe. And
Right.
like, I think Spider-Man's
I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah. And so we're all like, "What Spider-Man are you talking about?"
Right.
And then Madam Web apparently doesn't have anything to do with any of that.
Right.
Like I think that was Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I don't know though.
Yeah, and Joker 2 was building up the Dark Knight. Right?
Yeah.
Yo.
And then you got Venom. I don't even know Morbius is in that
think
universe.
Venom was just by itself, right?
Right.
Even though they teased him in one of the MCU movies, right? Spider-Man 3, I think he was teased,
yeah,
right?
No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then at the end of that movie, they send him back to the Venom universe. The opening line of Venom 3, Venom's like, "Man, F the multiverse," once they get sent back. So they're like, "No, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah." So meta, guys. Yes. Good job.
We're all Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Sorry, Kraven the Hunter.
a couple trailers came out.
Well, just one trailer.
I thought the
think.
second one came out.
Maybe.
And then
so instead of a final trailer,
Yeah.
they said, "I got an idea."
to be fair, I haven't seen this done that much.
No, the director told like a news outlet. I don't know if you saw this. The headline said the director says, "Please give this movie a chance."
Please.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, because nobody expects anything out of this movie. Okay, right? The only expectations are I want to go to laugh. Because I walked into Madam Web with my wife and Matt, and I said, "We're going to laugh." And by golly, did we laugh. Okay. With Morbius, same thing. Like, we didn't laugh out loud.
Right.
It wasn't LOL bad, but the memes were. So, and I want Craven to have the same laugh factor. Like, I want this to be so bad that it just gets memed.
Mm-hmm.
But the first 8 minutes actually don't look that bad.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you. It doesn't look Madam Web bad. I actually look like I might enjoy it more than the Venom movies, which I already don't like. I didn't even like the one with Carnage in. I didn't think it was that good.
Right.
But Craven actually, I like Craven, to be honest with you, in general. Like, I like the character. When I was a kid, I tried to cosplay as Craven. I just thought he was a cool Spider-Man villain. So already I was kind of like, okay, this could be like fun. So I'm already like the idea of the character better.
Yeah.
And honestly, the first 8 minutes were okay. Like, it didn't look great.
Yeah.
But it looks watchable. Like, what do you think? It look watchable?
Again, I think it was really. I don't know if they were just cutting it down to fit that 8 minute mark. It was a little rushed. If that's what it was, and it's a teaser, right? I'm not going to hold it to that. But if it is what the rest of the movie looks like, that worries me a little bit. And I hope this wasn't just like the coolest part of the movie that they threw in the very beginning.
Yeah. I promise you, there's gonna be. Do you know why they call him Rhino?
No, tell me again. From the beginning.
That's gonna be great.
I think it felt a little rushed because of that. But again, I could forgive it if there's more to that sequence.
Yeah.
Kind of generic.
Yeah.
Opening storyline so far. But I do like the way it was shot. It was shot very well.
Very beautifully.
Very good looking. Super dark, which I guess is what they're going for. And it was kind of like a dark, gloomy environment. Yeah. But I do like the way it was shot. The action looked pretty cool.
There's the shot, not to cut you off your train of thought, but there's that shot where he's running into the cold, and then that big snowstorm's coming at him, and he's running into it. That shot was better than anything I've seen in any of the Venom films.
No.
Any of the Venom films.
It was really good action.
Yeah.
It had cool build up. The violence was there. I'm like, that's good. That's good stuff. Keep that up. So as long as like, the rest of the movie's like that, I kind of agree with you. I think it'll be good other than the weird cutting pacing thing. Because there were sometimes like, he met his like inmate buddy. And he's like, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, I'll be out of here 3 days tops. He's like, yeah, you will. And then you don't see that guy again until like the very end when he's running away. He's like, 3 days. I'm like, it seems like there was a more relationship there that we probably didn't see.
Yeah.
I guarantee there was.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. If it's not cut up like that in the movie, I think it's going to do fine.
Yeah.
I'll see it. I'm still going to see it. Like, even if it was going to be bad, I was going to see it.
Yeah,
like,
I was going to see it too.
I never saw Madam Web in theaters. I never saw Morbius in theaters, but I will see this in theaters.
Okay. Why is this one?
I think because it's just like the most fun buildup. I don't know. Mostly because like talking to you about it, I guess. But like, it's one of those things. I'm like, if it is good, it's going to feel really cool.
Okay. You want to go Thursday? we're gonna go see it. It comes out this week.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't intersect with work.
Fine. Yeah. Okay.
It depends on the time, but
you're right. We can go to a later one if that'll help you out.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
It might have to cut into your work dinner that you like to do. So I
don't have to go to that, but yeah.
Sweet.
No, dude.
Well, you did when we watched Indiana Jones.
It was Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It was Indiana Jones. And we still saw it.
We did.
Oh boy. Thank you for reminding me of that movie.
I know.
I was thinking about it I was literally thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, that was the most expensive film like ever.
I know.
$370 million.
Harrison Ford was in his chair the whole time. Not a wheelchair.
Okay. Not a wheelchair.
Dude, I'm so excited for him as Red Hulk. Well, I guess we're done with the Sony conversation. It comes out this week. I can't wait to see it. First 8 minutes, yes, it was desperate, and the trailer didn't look that bad.
Harrison Ford's going to sit in the chair again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his raising his Red Hulk. So
wait, you don't think he's actually going to turn into Hulk and like, okay, we got him on set, let's go.
They just build up like this big giant animatronic on him.
Dude, Captain America 4. It looks so bad.
He hasn't earned it. He hasn't earned the fourth film. I'm sorry. I heard that his show did okay, but
it wasn't that good either.
Really?
Yeah. So they changed the plot because a virus from an unnamed country was about to be unleashed upon the world.
Wow.
Can you imagine what topic that was so sensitive at the time? That
red, you said.
Yeah. So yeah, because of COVID, they swapped everything out. And it just wasn't that good. It was disappointing. So it also was kind of just setting up Thunderbolts more than anything.
Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
What's that?
Thunderbolts. It's supposed to be like Suicide Squad, but it's so General Ross, who's it was William Hurt in the original movies. Now it's Harrison Ford who's playing President Ford. I'm sorry.
Again.
Yeah, President Ross.
I'll just call him President Ford.
Yeah, sorry. President Ross, which is a storyline in the comics.
Yeah.
He turns into Red Hulk. So I'm excited. I love Gamma. But essentially, Harrison Ford has a team called the Thunderbolts, and it's the same thing as Suicide Squad. So it's gonna have Bucky Barnes. It's gonna have the guy from Falcon and Winter Soldier, the original Captain America, before Sam Wilson came in and took the shield back.
Yeah,
he's U.S. agent. It's got Black Widow's sister from the Black Widow movie, and a bunch of other people. The Suicide Squad, essentially. It's got the main villain, Taskmaster.
Again.
Yeah.
For the third time now?
It's just second. She was in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, but Taskmaster was the guy who died in the second Avengers film, right?
No.
Yeah. The guy who was remember
You're thinking of Crossbones.
That's not Taskmaster?
No. Different character. Yeah.
But he has the same gimmick.
No. Wrong. Anyway, so
wow, you schooled me.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. I'm a nerd.
There you go.
Well, okay, so Captain America 4 is going to have the leader in it. Do you know who the leader is?
No.
He is one of Hulk's main villains. He's like a regular body that's green and a giant long head. He was teased in 2008's Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton. So do you remember that movie very well?
Yes.
Okay, whenever the scientist turned the Abomination into Abomination, and then he knocked him over.
And then he would turn into Red Hulk, right? Or off screen, kind of?
No, off screen, the stuff dripped on his head, and his head started bubbling. That's the leader. So they got the actor back to play him.
I thought he was Red Hulk because, like,
no.
in the when they were doing the test chats back and forth, I thought he was Mr. Red, and that's what the tease was.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No.
Interesting.
No, Mr. Red I think was unrelated, but no, that's him. He's going to be the leader. So they're bringing back that actor Tim Blake Nelson. He's going to finally pay off that scene.
Because literally, that's what happens. It dropped on his head during a fight sequence, and we never saw that character again.
Exactly. And so they're bringing him back. Well, the Funko Pop came out, and it looks bad. It just looks like him, but he's green. Like his head isn't even bigger. So I was like, what? You know, because he's not in any of the trailers. They're saving him for like the big reveal, like all this stuff, and it's not going to be good. Let's just be real here.
Who's the big brain character that everyone loves? The purple-looking dude that they ruined in the Ant-Man film. Blanking on his name.
MODOK.
MODOK.
Yeah.
Why haven't they done MODOK real MODOK yet?
That was real MODOK.
I know, but like,
he's not an interesting character.
I thought people loved him. Like the idea, like his army, like everyone's like.
I don't know. I just don't see. Whenever Marvel doesn't know what to do with a kooky design, they just make the guy stupid.
Yeah.
So like the guy that plays Adam Warlock in Guardians 3, you saw Guardians 3?
Yeah.
Adam Warlock's not like that in the comics. I don't know if you read any, but he's like super serious, super powerful. Well, that's a boring character, so they just made him dumb in the movie.
Gotcha.
And he doesn't do anything. So I think they were trying to do the same thing with MODOK. Just I don't know that a lot about him other than his weird shape.
Okay.
So I could be wrong. But as far as I know, he's not that interesting.
Oh, I see.
And I don't think he was ever going to look good in live action, so they just made him stupid and they made him ugly and they made,
Gotcha.
I think that was on purpose, but it just didn't work because he looked worse than your average CGI monster guy. So,
yeah, right.
I don't know.
Okay, but it sounds like the same character, but leader is different.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably the same like idea.
He's a villain. Mm-hmm. What's he do?
He tries to steal Hulk's power. So his thing is he's got the mind of the Hulk, like better than the Hulk. He's superior mind intellectually, but he's got a not weird body. It's just it's a normal body like mine, just a giant head with it. He's not like MODOK where he's tiny arms and like just a big torso and a big head.
Is regular Hulk gonna be in the movie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Already smart now, so.
Right? So I don't know what his plan is. I just don't know. I don't know, and I just don't think it's gonna be that interesting. It's failed test screenings like 4 times, and they still don't know what to do. Like it's just not gonna be good, and it's gonna come out. I think it's gonna flop, and then they're just gonna have to. It's gonna be part of their bigger drawing board thing because when the Marvels came out and it flopped, they had to go back to the drawing board, rearrange everything, cancel stuff.
When are they officially going? Is it going to be Avengers 5 where they officially reboot everything?
I think so.
Okay.
Avengers
4.
6 actually.
Oh, 6. What?
Yeah. So Endgame is 4. Remember? So this one coming up is 5. That's Doomsday, but then the one after that, Secret Wars. I think Secret Wars is gonna be the reboot.
You don't think Doomsday will be?
No. It might tie into it.
Okay.
Doctor Doom is a big part of Secret Wars, but it's not going to be. I think Doomsday is just going to be establishing his character.
I see.
And then it's probably going to tie into Secret Wars that following year. So
gotcha.
I think they're trying to do like a similar cliffhanger ending. It's going to tie into I don't think it's going to be that good though. So they haven't earned it. Thanos was earned. 10 years of like
Fantastic Four should already be a thing right now.
Yeah.
X-Men should already be really well established, but
nope.
Dude, they have so much interesting content. Just letting it fall to the wayside.
We got a Black Widow movie. we got the Marvels.
We got the Falcon. He's like, so look at Harrison Ford. He's all red.
Yeah. I'm always down for Red Hulk though. I love me some.
You're one of your favorite characters.
I love me some Gamma.
Yeah.
I love any Gamma character. The leader, Red Hulk, regular Hulk, all of it. Anyone that tries to steal Gamma power and become a super Gamma, I love it. So,
right.
All right, we're out of time. See you guys this weekend when we go see Kraven the Hunter. I'll see y'all there, all 6 of you, including my friends and me. Right. I'm excited. I'm not going to tell you which theater, because my stalker's going to find me there. We'll see y'all next time, guys. We love you, dudes.
Bye-bye.